Well, let's go for a ride. And what do I want to say? I want to tell you the two things that I've had a problem with my stroller. And to say they're problems, no. Inconvenience, slightly. That's what I say. So the first one was not the update because I figured that one out. And now with the new update, I found out like every time my phone is hooked up to my bike, there's a little Bluetooth connection on my display. I think that has to do something with the new update. Maybe not. I've never seen that before. So I think maybe that's a new thing. All right, so the updates, no, because I think I got that figured out, especially since I got the newest update. The first thing that I won't say a complaint, was just a nuisance, and it's been fixed ever since. There is everybody that has a Stromer knows the wires run inside the frame, and the way they got it is pretty slick. So the Stromers have the door, battery slides down. So here's the rail, okay? Here's the rail, and then the door goes like this. I'm trying to show it. I know it doesn't look good. It's like this, and then the battery slides in on that. You can guide it through the door, but basically you can just kind of like, I don't know how to say, you just kind of slide it without putting any weight on the door. You can, but what I do is I slide it down the door, and then I feel the connection, the Rosenberry connection, is it's got a pretty deep, it's like, I don't want to say it's round, but it is round on the bottom of the battery. It just kind of goes, and it gets a nice seal. Even got kind of a sound to it. It's got a nice clonk, but not loud clonk. It's just got this like nice, not a plunger sound. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to take a video of it and you have to listen to it. But anyway, so there's a rail, or there's a on the top. They must run down the top and then go down. It must run down like this and then come down towards the crankshaft on the backside, basically where the post is, that far back. It must run down to the down below the crank. That's what I'm thinking. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it goes like this, goes down, and then runs back down. But anyway, that's how. And then there's these little plastic guides. They're about that long. They're about that wide. You can see, but they're about that wide. They're not very wide. I would say they're probably like half inch. They really are. They're about a half inch wide. They're about 2 inches long, and then they go in there. They're just plastic. They're real thin though. They're not even. I bet they're maybe a millimeter thick. I mean, you could bend them. I bet if you really tried, you could break them. But they're sturdy, and then you put them in. They slide in that little rail on top, and that's where your wires run. Like I said, so this rail, these covers cover them, the wires, and then you can slide your battery in. And so my problem was I only had 2 of them, and they would pop out, and then I'd have to pop them back in, and it was an inconvenience. You know, it'd be like, like, here we go again, pop them back in. But they never broke. They were easy to pop back in, so I did. And I told them about it, where I bought the bike, which is E-Bikes of Holmes County. Awesome guys, really awesome. If you're in Ohio or around this area, you're looking for a good bike, even if it isn't $4,000 or $5,000 or $7,000, they got Specialized, they got Magnum, they got the Quiet Cat. What else do they got? I'm trying to think. They got Gazelle. They have. They did have Igo. They still might have some Igos. What else do they have? They have trailers. They got a bunch of stuff. So they're great guys. Anyway, just look on their websites. E-Bikes of Holmes County. It's in Ohio. It'll probably say Millersburg. They got 2 shops, and check them out. They're great guys. Really, they are. They're great guys. So I told them about it, and they fixed it, and I haven't had any problems with that since. The other problem that I would say was my fault was I was messing around with my bike one night, and I was thinking, well, I'll turn it down, the pedal assist down, because you can do that. You can turn down the pedal assist. And here I thought I was turning the pedal assist down, and here what I did was I was messing with the torque sensor. Which, a quick note here for you guys. Here's a quick note. You listening? If you find that your ST1, your ST2, I don't know about ST3 or well, that's right. So it goes ST1, ST2, ST3, ST5. That's how it goes. And don't go by. Just think of 4, okay? But there is a 5. Get it? All right, whatever. So if you think that your bike is running sluggish, here's a quick tip. Let's say you're like, it just doesn't feel like it's picking up, or it feels like it's slow, and it doesn't feel like it's as peppy as it used to be. You want to go, and I'll show this on a video, maybe tomorrow. If it don't, we're supposed to get ice rain. But what you're supposed to do, if it feels a little sluggish, go into your bike settings, go to your torque sensor, and once you're there, it'll say to calibrate your torque sensor. So you calibrate your torque sensor, and it'll say relieve pedal. You relieve pedal mean you just don't touch them, and then it'll calibrate it, and it'll say something like torque sensor was calibrated successfully, and you hit OK, and then you might see a big difference. Just like when I did the update, I kind of thought that my bike was running a little sluggish, but I thought, nah, it's just me. Then once I got my update and turned my bike back on, it said something like, there is a deviation to the torque sensor. And that word sounds to me like a deviation. What's going on here? And it says the torque sensor needs to be calibrated. And so you hit yes, and then you go and you're like, yeah, and you hit it again, like you turn up all the way. Or I don't even think you turn it up. On the torque sensor, you don't turn it up. It is what it is. It just needs to be calibrated. And so you hit okay. I think you have to hit okay maybe 3 times. I think it's 2. And then once it did that, I got on it that day and rode it. I was like, oh, wow. And it's like, yeah, it was running sluggish. So that was the guy from Crazy Lenny's bicycle shop. It's an e-bike place. And there's a bicycle mechanic there. And he was showing how to take the Omni B and put an Omni C on the older Stromers, meaning the Stromer ST1X, and he was showing how to do it, how to hook it up, and then he was talking about the torque sensor, and he says if you ever find that the bike is a little sluggish or it feels a little slow, he's like, that's when you want to go in and calibrate your torque sensor. But if it's not, don't do it. You don't have to do it every day. Some people do it every day. It ain't gonna hurt anything to do it every day. I don't do mine every day. I do it when I think that it feels a little sluggish now, which is like, it seems like it's every maybe 3 to 4 months I might have to do it. And I'm like, oh, it's all right. It's right as rain. So I figure that's what I would say. So that's the only 2 things I've had wrong with my bike. And it's not really that wrong. I mean, it's only one. Because the second one, I know I did it, even though that the guys up there were like, no, it does happen. And it does happen, that the torque sensor gets a little out of whack and you have to recalibrate it. And sometimes, most of the time, you can just go in there and do it yourself. But there are some times that you have to get the service code or take it somewhere and have them, or contact Stromer. But for the most part, when I've done it, it is just as simple. You just go in there, you go in the bike settings, and then you'll see there's I think it says torque sensor, and you want to hit that, and it'll say you want to calibrate it, and you hit yes. It's either yes or okay, and you hit it, and then it says relieve. It'll say relieve crank or pedal. It'll say crank pedal. You just don't touch it. That's all you do. Don't touch it, and then just hit okay, and then it'll calibrate it, and then it'll be right as rain. Really, that's all it takes. It's it. Them are the only two problems I've had with my bike. That I'm not lying. It's just been a real joy to ride that bike. It's just, you don't even know how bad that when this storm has been going on, and it was really warm, and it get really cold, and we had all that snow, and then boom, it would be ice. Like today, it's supposed to rain, freezing rain, then turn into snow. While I'm at work. You know how bad I want to ride my bike to work? Do you know how bad I want to go and ride my bike to work? But here's the thing, I can't ride on the snow. Or I can ride on the snow, I can't ride on the ice. So, on that, I'm going to leave, because I've been here for 11 minutes and 36 seconds, and who knows if you guys are still watching. But hey, alright, so on that, I'm out. Ugh, gotta get a haircut. Anyway, I'm out. Thanks for watching my video. If you guys Stromer, I know, kind of, okay, I gotta get out of here. But, leave me comments. You don't have to like, but comments, I do like comments just because I like to hear you guys talk about even if you don't have a Stromer, leave a comment. I'm not some rich guy. I'm not rich. So, the one comment I seen was, only rich people have Stromers. No, we're not all rich. So no, I use it for exactly what it was supposed to be used, as a commuter. But hey, there's other bikes out there that are commuters, so even if you don't have a Stromer, hit me up. Alright, I'm out of here. Bye.